going on, YouTubers? It is RedX back with another RedX review. Today we're going back to Marvel Legends. It's been a long time since I've actually done an actual review of a Marvel Legends figure. As a matter of fact, I believe it was this one right here. The Marvel Legends Infinite Series Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure, which is pretty good, all things considered. Anyway, what we're looking at today is at one of the new waves of the Spider-Man series, which, you know, I'm just very fascinated with Spider-Man. I mean, it doesn't take much to get me very hyped when it comes to Spider-Man. When there's a movie that's been announced, I get hyped. When there's a video game announced, I get hyped. When there's a new cartoon that comes out, I get very hyped. But I've never been too fond of the comic book series, unfortunately, so I'm not very familiar with this character. I do know who this is. This is Spider-Girl, obviously. Obviously, her alter ego is none other than Peter Parker's daughter, which is none other than Mayday Parker, if I said that right. I'm just going to call her Mayday because that's pretty much how she's known. That's her nickname anyway. So here she is in the brand new Spider-Man series of the Infinite series of Marvel Legends. This is the Hobgoblin wave. As you can see, she comes with the headpiece and the wing accessory and the hilt to the sword. But that's not the real sword. As a matter of fact, that's just a piece that pops on and off and can break very easily, according to Glenn Webb. Anyway, flipping on the back, you can see the contents of this whole entire series. I did have Spider-Man 2099. Unfortunately, I had to take him back to get a refund because quality control is still lacking in this department, unfortunately. He came with the sword to Hobgoblin, and I think he came with another arm. If I'm not mistaken, maybe it was the right arm. Oh well, there will be another day I'll get that figure and then I'll know for sure. But anyway, here's the rest of the figures. There's Spider-Man, Anti-Venom, there's Spider-Man 2099, there's the Shadow of the Web line right here, which is the two females. That's Spider-Girl and, if I'm not mistaken, this is Ultimate Spider-Woman. Ultimate Spider-Woman? Someone will let me know down below. And Daredevil. I've already got 3 out of 6 so far. I will be reviewing them very shortly, but in the meantime, just start with one at a time. This does kind of get to me, unfortunately. As much as I like this packaging and how very collector-friendly it is, it really is. It really bugs the crap out of me when they can't just actually put the character's name at the bottom. To save time or something, or to save space on the back, they have to put, like, Warriors of the Web, or as the other Marvel Legends series of the past actually said, back here on this packaging it says Agents of Hydra and the Soldiers of AIM. And that's not all. As a matter of fact, with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 wave that came out around the movie time, last year that is, this has Skyline series for the females. That's Spider-Woman and Black Cat. I don't know, maybe it's to save space or something else, I don't know for certain, but it can't be a neglect. It can't be like a licensing issue, because if you look very carefully on the back, right here says Spider-Girl, and right here it says Spider-Woman. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but we are going to take a quick look at the back of the packaging, because there are some things to talk about. Bio is not really that good. I mean, it just gives a small description about these two characters right here, saying that these heroines trap evildoers with web-slinging superpowers, and then the rest is in multicultural language. That's it. So, it's not much to go by. Build-A-Figure accessory is number 4 for this figure right here. And you already know that, because I've already went through it. But enough about this. There's not much more to go by, so let's talk about the figure. I am gonna get this on camera. Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Didn't know how high I actually had this. Anyway, she is very nice. I will admit that the paint job on these figures are getting a lot better. When I first started collecting Hasbro's Marvel Legends, I was very disappointed with quite a few of them. The paint jobs were very sloppy, quality control, while still lacking today, it's getting a lot better. They just need to work a little bit on these actual moving in and out shoulder bits right here, because that's what broke on the 2099 Spider-Man. Oh well. Like I said, there will be another one to hit Walmart eventually, so no problem. So, yeah, beyond that, the paint job is very crisp. It is very streamlined. I love the way that these webs are actually painted. They even painted the actual joint. If you look very carefully at the neck, you can see that the lines go all the way up to a certain point. But that can be a bit of a con as well, because as you can see, this is starting to strip right here. This used to be one complete line on the neck joint, but now it's starting to fade away with how much I've actually posed this figure. And for posability, I mean, jeez. This figure's got a lot of posability. And I just love the way this figure looks. Now, I do have a problem with the paint job. While it is good, it just really takes away that detail that could have been just like the Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure. Notice how the actual webbing lines are actually sculpted on the figure. I guess it's just to keep it like comic book accurate, you know. Not everything's going to pop. So, it works for what it is, but I'm afraid that if I just... you know, if I get a little rough with this figure over time, this is all going to start just stripping away, and, you know, it's just not going to look that good. I mean, if I actually had some lines to go with, actual panel lining, it wouldn't be that hard to actually repaint this, but what are you going to do? But to their approval, I do like the fact that they actually sculpted on the eyes first. This is not just a solid headpiece, you know, like no detail whatsoever. The eyes are actually sculpted on before painted over, which is nice. I really do like it. I really do like the articulation department, though sadly she does not have an ab crunch, so that's a little unfortunate, especially for a Spider-Man-esque character. I mean, come on. I mean, she's got to be very flexible. She is the daughter of Peter Parker. She's got to have a lot of flexibility, superhuman strength, able to climb walls and swing on webs and all that kind of stuff. She's pretty much got it all in the comics, yet she doesn't have it here. But, I mean, to a certain point, it is none other than just the same body mold that was used for the Spider-Woman figure that came out with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 line, so I can't complain on that. I mean, the only real difference is that she actually has some arm gauntlets, which is pretty cool, and that's really it. The rest is just same body pieces that were used for that Spider-Woman figure. So, oh well. Anyway, for the articulation, it's a ball jointed head. As you can see, you can get a lot of movement out of this head. And it's also got that pivoting joint that goes up and down. It's a very nice touch. This is an all-around 360. Pretty cool. I love it. I'm not complaining whatsoever about the head articulation. Shoulders could have been better, but, you know, these are very small bits, so I'm kind of glad they didn't go with the actual moving in and out sockets to the shoulder joint. I mean, that would have been a real mess anyway. So, you get your standard movement, free movement, as you can see, no hindrance whatsoever, so that's pretty cool. Ball jointed, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. And then you get like a 90-degree elbow joint, and you get some swivel as well, since they can't do a bicep rotation, which, you know, I can understand. And then you got your wrist articulation, goes in and out, and then the wrist actually swivels as well, full 360 on both sides. Due to the absence of actual ab crunch, you actually do get some movement out of this joint, but it's not much. She can look back that far, she can bend that far, that's not much, but she does have a side-to-side, which is nice, and you do get some rotation. So, overall, you can get some good poses, but, I mean, if you're trying to get real crazy with a Spider-Man-esque character, it's not going to be that very good. But, anyway, let's move on. So, legs, she can get them about that high, unfortunately. She can get them about that much out, which is a lot better, more better than Black Cat from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 wave. So that's pretty good. It's a nice improvement. Yes, it is on a ball joint, just to mention it. And then you get your 5 swivel, which is nice, full 360. Double jointed knees. Kind of makes me wonder why they couldn't do a double jointed elbows, but oh well. And then you got your like calf rotation, which is strange because it kind of ruins the actual look, the appearance right here, but oh well. And then you get your very nice foot movement up and down. You get your side to side ankle pivot, and I think it can rotate, but I'm not going to force it because it feels a bit tight. So there you go. Overall, it's a very nice amount of articulation, but standing this character up in some poses can be a bit of a challenge, but there you go. I'm not much trying to look forward to actually doing some posability on the camera, so you pretty much get what you can right here in this video. It's not perfect, but, you know, what are you going to do? If I wanted to pose this figure, I'd take some time, but I'm not going to do it anyhow. And she's not standing, but oh well. So, overall, I do like this figure, I really do, and I really do like the design of this costume. It is very cool. I mean, it's like a mix of the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, you know, the Scarlet Spider. I think that is what it actually said on Wikipedia. Like I said, I don't think I've mentioned this before, but I had to cheat a little bit before actually starting this review. I wanted to get a background on this character and see how far this has actually gone. As a matter of fact, this character is still ongoing today. She's been through a line of cancellations, but so far she has survived due to the fan base. But it kind of makes me wonder, if the fan base is so strong, why are the comics failing to sell? I don't know, but that's all in the past. She has shown up a few times in the Spider-Man universe crossover that's going on right now, but I don't think that's actually her. As a matter of fact, I think the actual writers of that comic book series have said that that's a different version of Mayday Parker, like an alternate universe, so we're not going to talk about it. Anyway, let's end this review because this has been quite a drag. So let's do some size comparisons. There's Amazing Spider-Man 2, Peter Parker, or you know, Spider-Man. And let's bring in, why not, another female. Here's really? I was about to say Crystal Widow. What is this, Transformers universe? No, Black Widow, you know, from the Avengers, or you know, the Captain America, the Winter Soldiers line of Marvel, you know, Marvel Legend characters. Whew, that's a lot to say. And just for some why not comparisons, let's bring in Halo 4 Master Chief from McFarlane Toys and SH Figure Arts Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Yellow Ranger. So as you can see, this is a pretty good scale with all these figures. Yeah, except for Master Chief, you know, he's a little smaller, but he's a like, what, a 5-inch figure compared to 6-inch figures. So what are you going to do? Anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for this review. Can I actually recommend this figure? Oh yeah, absolutely, definitely. I mean, as a matter of fact, if you want to complete the whole Hobgoblin set, you have to have this figure. I mean, you don't have to. If you want, you could pay the scalper fees for loose figures or just loose accessories to actually get those Hobgoblin pieces. But I wouldn't do that because this figure is actually worth it. But $20, I gotta say, I don't know what the fascination is with Hasbro and overpricing their figures, because while this figure does look good and paint job is pretty surplus, the fact that she only comes with like Build-A-Figure accessories and no interchangeable hands, might I add, unlike the Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure, which did come with multiple hands, it kind of ruins the value of this figure to a certain point where I think she should actually be like $15 and not $20. But then again, I collect Transformer figures that are way more expensive than these characters. But, you know, I'm glad to be going back into certain lines that I kind of missed, because I did enjoy collecting these figures. Marvel Legends was a part of my childhood growing up, and I'm glad to be stepping back in, especially with Spider-Man, because I can't get enough of Spider-Man merchandise or movies or TV series, or video games. I just love Spider-Man. He's my second all-time favorite superhero of any superheroes out there, that being Marvel or DC. My first will always be, obviously, Batman, but, you know, what are you gonna do? you can't sue me for that one. I just love Batman more than Spider-Man, but that's comparing two different factions. There's Marvel and there's DC, and that's a story for another day. Anyway, I'm done with this review. I've said enough. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below in the description. I also got a contest going on right now still for that Transformers Generations RC figure. Link is in the description below if you want to check it out and enter the contest. Rules apply there. So, if you haven't already, hit the like button, share this video with others, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel to enter the contest and to view more videos just like this one from yours truly. And until next time, this is RedX saying I'm signing out. Thanks for watching.